I think Duke is all about maxing out excellence however they can. And I think what's required in this landscape of college athletics is innovation, so that's why they've been all in on it.
Invesco QQQ is an ETF with access to innovators rethinking the world. And in the ever-evolving landscape of college sports, there are programs, athletes, and coaches everywhere rethinking what's possible when innovation is in play. In Durham, North Carolina, Duke University is changing the way that college institutions are thinking about the business of sport, with a fresh take on how to instill an entrepreneurial spirit and with a trailblazing approach to its athletic department staff. I'm Jay Williams, and this is Innovation in Play. When I competed in this building over 20 years ago, I chose to play at Duke with the simple promise of a world-class education and a chance to eventually make a living playing the game I loved.
Look, it's Daddy's jersey. Look, Zane, look, it's Daddy's jersey.
Now in 2025, with name, image, and likeness deals commonplace in college sports, what it means to be a modern student athlete has changed. And that's required change from the highest levels of this university, including new approaches and initiatives to adapt to the needs of their athletes.
Tell us about Duke's Innovation and Entrepreneur Initiative.
Duke I&E is housed within our business school, and our student athletes who are interested in learning about building their brand spend a lot of time diving deeper into how do we use the power of social media to build and leverage your marketability.
We have students on this campus who have millions of followers and are already monetizing their name, image, likeness on YouTube and TikTok. The difference now with NIL is that, all these athletes could also do that too, but they just could never monetize on it. And so what we've been able to do here at Duke, the Duke difference, is we've incorporated their ability to basically be entrepreneurs and put it into our world-class entrepreneurship program. In one of my classes, we will take a basketball player, a football player, or a women's lacrosse player, and we'll put a team of other students around them who are incredibly talented at storytelling, at content production, and we'll turn them into a little mini startup. My advice to any of these players, is while you have attention, while you have eyeballs, while you have this huge media entity behind you, it's bigger than a lot of pro sports teams too, use it to grow your audience as large as possible so you have this valuable brand asset that you can leverage.
We're all institutions competing against each other in recruiting, in the transfer market. And when our coaches go out and recruit and tell these young people, kind of how our system is set up, that really resonates with our student athletes, and that's why they're making the Duke decision.
In the same spirit of Duke's I&E courses, the men's basketball team hired a general manager in 2021. In some ways, Rachel Baker, who worked for a decade for Nike, the NBA, and the WNBA, is a complementary piece of the pipeline Duke has created to ensure their athletes maximize their college experiences.
Hi.
How are you?
At the time, general manager wasn't a thing, but Coach Shire, he was like, look, I'm trying to build a staff for new age college athletics, focusing on everything off the court. NIL changes, how we do media, and then the piece that the creative team and I work on is what are your goals from a brand building perspective to make the most out of this experience.
It's super unique to have a GM in collegiate sports right now. Are you kind of shocked that it's not happening more for other schools?
It's definitely picking up. I think head coaches, athletic departments, especially as we enter the rev share era, are looking for individuals that are focused on the business side of teams. So coaches can coach and focus on recruiting and roster construction, and winning games, I think, is really necessary, and in different ways universities will have to get there.
Shake my hand. This is about how firm you want your grip to be. Yeah.
So don't try to strangle the club.
Don't strangle the club.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, don't strangle the life out of the club.
Okay.
We want some life in there.
Don't judge me on the first swing, Gina, okay?
Okay, no pressure or anything. I don't know, Jay, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Gina Kim is a former Duke golf captain, NCAA champion, and current LPGA member. Kim is an interesting case study as a high-performing collegiate athlete whose senior season in 2021 intersected with the change in NCAA NIL rules. And while many athletes are now choosing to stay in college because of NIL benefits, Kim chose to forego her senior season 4 years ago.
It's definitely interesting to think, oh, what happened if this NIL situation happened a few years earlier? Like my freshman year when we won NCAAs, I think my life probably would have looked a lot different then.
Where is the program now as it relates to all those resources and capabilities that it had compared to when you were in your last year?
Oh, God. Oh, it's night and day difference.
How?
Like the content creation they're making. Duke pushes their athletes into the spotlight. It's innovative. Ultimately, here at Duke, college sports now is kind of like a developmental circuit before you go out into the real world or before you go out into pro sports. So it puts Duke ahead of the game.
See, just the way you turn and pivot, you're all over it. It's really impressive.
I know it's cliche, but the saying, the more things change, the more they stay the same, couldn't be more fitting for my return to Durham. Despite some historic changes in college sports, what makes this place so special and the foundation for the best and most formative years of my life have remained unchanged. Duke has always been forward-thinking and innovative in the way they prepare their student athletes for success. And now, they aren't afraid to confront these challenges head-on.
Part of our job is maintaining what everyone loves about Duke while also ushering it into the new age of college athletics.
The classes that I'm teaching and a lot of other people around here are teaching are classes that say, hey, let's understand that this generation is approaching the world differently, and let's make sure, instead of wagging our finger from the corner, that we meet them where they are and help them see what their opportunities are in this new world.
We are realizing this massive shift. It's chaotic, it's hard, it's challenging, but ultimately, I'm really proud of Duke and being a part of this university where we get to continue to innovate every day for the benefit of our student athletes.
Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Visit Invesco.com for a prospectus with this information. Read it carefully before investing.